speak to you now all tonight on a subject that I have stayed relatively quiet about over the last 7 to 8 years since my discovery of it, porn in libraries, specifically my library. The library of which I am an avid user, supporter, and ex-employee. The library that not only watched my sons grow up, but so many neighborhood kids. As I just stated, I am a former employee, and I worked under the direction of Sharon Saul at the time, Assistant Director Mary Weimer, and Mike, who was my IT head of my department. I worked along many wonderful people, some of whom still work at the OPPL. I worked in the adult IT area, the area that's in controversy right now. I tried to stay quiet, but due to recent public statements by the library on radio and TV, I find myself breaking my silence. I do not know Miss Fox, and as I stated before, I don't even care how she came across the knowledge of porn at the OPPL. The truth is, it exists. It exists to a point that I, as an employee, was able to easily recognize the creepy, regular, I put that in quotations, patrons, and on which days they were most likely to enter. I also finally speak out because after conversations that I had while I was employed at the OPPL with my director and assistant director, I was told that I could quit if I did not like their policy with no hard feelings. Well, truthfully, that stayed with me after all these years. It bothered me that I, a relatively intelligent person with high moral background and terrific work ethic, was being told I could like it or lump it. Director Weimer, whose office is behind locked doors, never had to endure sitting in the presence of porn watchers for hours or then have them suddenly look up at you and stare at you. I can't tell you the number of times I would say creepy or I am so creeped out to my coworkers, or take off for the solitude of the classroom and leave my coworkers just so I can regain my thoughts. It did not make for a pleasant atmosphere. I am not only a former employee, but I am also a taxpayer here. I'm a real stakeholder. I realize that this controversy does not lie with just OPPL, but with libraries across the country. I was told by Director Weimer that porn was protected under freedom of speech. I wanted to get information out there. I wanted to get the information out there so the public realizes that their taxes were paying for potential pedophiles, rapists, and other generally creepy folk to stop on by and use the computers on the taxpayer's dime. I was basically told, as I sat in then Assistant Director Weimer's office, to leave it alone. I took her stern warnings as, you cause trouble, you lose your job, which I really did not want to do because I really enjoyed being part of the library family. I just did not like the pervs that came in and made me feel uncomfortable. However, my husband did not want me to quit. He did want me to quit. So eventually, after enough complaining, I did so. The library is a relatively safe atmosphere, but most people assume it's totally safe. It's not. It's not the atmosphere that one expects with their tax dollars. It's a place that, because of the lack of proper computer usage policies, people will sit for hours to view pornographic images, and I mean hours. Another pathetic note, we had patrons that would come in job hunting, only be turned away because the computers were in use. And I'm not saying that they were all in use because everybody was watching pornography. Some were there that just maybe should not have been for a long time. As a taxpayer, I want my money spent wisely, not carelessly. Porn has no place and serves zero purpose in the library. None. Please stop going public and saying OPPL does not allow obscenity, because I can describe some pretty sexually graphic images that I saw. And if the library board and the directors are all fine with the decision to allow unfiltered internet on taxpayer computers, then please at least have the guts to stop trying to cover it up. Let it be known that some images viewed in the adult computer area may not be suitable for children under 18, and that some of the images may be sexually graphic in nature. Make it known that you are fully aware of the possibility that people may view things that may be disturbing to them. Don't go on radio or TV trying to make the library sound so G-rated, and then some of the images on the computers are clearly triple X-rated. Sure, downstairs at the OPPL, little kids are having fun, while upstairs the big kids were having their version of fun. As for computer screen filters, I'm talking about in front of the screen so you can't see, that's a joke. This is a public place. There is no privacy due to anybody that comes to a public place to look on a public computer. You are not, you are not, you are not. These are public computers. As a person that was subject at times to less than desirable... Done?
Time.
Other people spoke. Thank you so much, I appreciate that. Just 2 lines. As a person that was subject at times to less than desirable work conditions and is still bothered by it, and as a tax-paying patron, I find no value in allowing porn in our library. I appeal to the library board to consider filters in the adult area and a strong no porn policy for the safety of patrons and staff.